Okay.
Thank you so much for that one.
Okay, yes. We actually started with the day one with fundamentals, that where I introduce you to some of the tools on the Silhouette Studio, the especially for the editing, because um, without the the transformation panel, no editing can actually take place. No editing can actually take place. So I think I should share the screen now so that you can see it. Share the screen. So the fundamentals, the important parts of fundamentals is the transformation panel where you edit, where your editing can be perfectly done and neatly set. Here on the transformation panel, you have the center, which is this. The center, let's say for instance, I have a letter, an alphabet A, alphabet A. Now, alphabet A, which is this. Now, when you look at the transformation panel, the align, under the align, you have the center. Now, if I click on this particular one, I have the A move to the middle of the mat. It will actually move to the middle of the mat. And if I have this, if I click on this, it's not going to move. So what is the function of this? Now, if I duplicate this A and make one a different color, then the other another different color. Now, if I select both and I click on this, it meshes them together. So one will be in front and the other one behind it. Now, let me take it aside and go back to this one that says center. Now, it actually moves to the center, to the middle of the mat, the media mat. Now, if I take this up this way, take this way, and select again, click on this one, it goes behind it. So that's that. Now, when we talk about the horizontal on the alignment part, you have the left, and then you also have the right, and you have the middle. Now, what are the functions of the left one? Now, if I select this and select this, if I hit this, the blue A actually goes to the left. If I move this, it will not move. So there's nothing on this side that it will move to the right. So if this is back to the right, and I select this again, and you will notice if I click on the right, the one on yellow will move to the right side. So you can see that's how these ones, the horizontal, are working. Now for the vertical, let me drop this down. The vertical, you have the vertical up and the vertical down. And really, I did not talk about the horizontal, the one in the middle here. Now let's quickly talk about that. Select them, and I'm going to click on this. You see how they will go on the same line. The same line. It's not joining that one on top, and the one on top is not joining it. So they just go on the queue, on the line. So let me click on this for you to see, so you can see it. So all these work, especially when you are editing with stones, aside vinyl and other things that Silhouette can do. Okay. Now we talk about this one going up and this one coming down. So if I click on this, select these two together, and I click this up, it goes up. Let me undo. Now I click this down, it called that the one on top comes down. Undo. Then once I do this, click on this, it centralize it. It centralize it. No matter which position it is, it actually centralize it. So that is for the vertical. Now, for the spacing, I need to convert this to explain the spacing for you, to explain the spacing, convert to rhinestone. Let me click on my rhinestone panel. Don't forget, we also talked about the spacing. The silhouette always comes with a default spacing of 0.039. So to avoid the stones far away from each other, we have to change that spacing. Because once the space, the distance is too much for space for the stones, they will not sparkle the way you expect it to sparkle when it is struck by light. So that's why you must always adjust your default. You can adjust your default from between 20 and 30. But so I always like using either 25 or 27. That is what I do. Sometimes I know I have done 23 before, but I did the 23 because the sticky flock I'm using is a very good sticky flock that it will not cut into each other when I'm weeding it. So let's change this to 25 or 26. I mistakenly typed 26, so I will still manage that. So click enter. Now I deselect this, select the one on top. Like I said, you have the linear. Let me change the linear. Linear, you don't have problem with editing with linear, but the only problem you have when it is a curve, when it is curved, it's a different. There's no way you can edit. I mean, you can't convert a B. Let me show you an example. Now, let me just click in and type a small letter A. A small letter A. Now, you can see the small letter A. Now, you can see the difference between this A because the curve is not well arranged. There's a curve like this. So let me take it to the normal one, you can see this curve. Linear does not give you any curve. Does not give you any curve. It's always on a linear position, on a straight line. So anytime I use my linear, is only when I do a portrait that I use linear, because with silhouettes, linear in a portrait is perfect. But when you talk about radar is okay, but it will not give you, it will give you hard time for you to edit. If it is something that linear can give you to edit for 2 days, radar will give you 2 weeks or more to edit. You get it? So that's why sometimes linear is better when you're doing portraits. But on a straight line letters or logos, you also need linear. But when it comes to curves, you don't need linear because it's going to give you hard time. So let's see the radar with the A. Now I clicked on the A. You can see the radar now. The curve is perfect. The curve is perfect. All you need to do is just to edit those spaces that are no stones, and the spacing, you can see it. So that's for the radar. Now we also talked about checking. We also talked about the spacing. Yes, how you edit. Now I'm going to release this. But before I release it, I'm going to take out this. Let me take the A out, cut it out, then save it out. So zoom out. So I only have this A now. And I also told you that for a beginner, the only way you can be okay with your editing is when you have a duplicate behind your converted stones. To me, I can edit it without using this behind because I am used to it. Okay, but because I want to break it down for you to start develop from a particular place. Like I said, I told you a story about a newborn baby. A newborn baby cannot start walking immediately they give birth to the baby. It takes time from sitting to crawling, from crawling to walking, and from walking to running. That's how it is with silhouette. So that's why I gave you a simple way to achieve your editing. That is when you have a copied, edited one behind your created stones. So now I have this behind. So how do I get it behind? By selecting it and go to my transformation panel. You don't forget you have transformation panel on your silhouette too, which is on top here. Anywhere you see this is your transformation panel. So transformation panel is on your right as well. So because I don't want to leave the rhinestone yet, that's why I'm going to be using the one on top. So now I want to bring this together. So don't forget this. Once I click it, it's behind it. Now, if I zoom on it, select this and release my stone. If I don't release the stone, there's no way I can edit. There's no way I can edit. Now I've released it. I have released it. So this is what I do first. Now, if you look at it, you notice before I start editing, I want you to notice something. Now, changing this to the background. In fact, let me remove this from it. Now, you notice it's not well arranged. If you look at it, it's not well arranged. So if you compare this and when we are done arranging it, it's no problem. So now it's open. So let's take this as the middle between here, this and this. So let me click on this. Let's go to our transformation panel. Let me align it so that it will actually be in the middle. Now it's at the center of these two spaces. So I can actually select it. Now, I also told you about the multiple selection. When you want to select more stones, you hold your shift down, which is very, very important. Always hold your shift down to select. Now, if you want a stone to move faster, now let me duplicate one and then bring it outside for you to see. Now, if I click on my arrow key to move, you can see it's moving slowly. It's moving slowly. But by the time I hold my shift down and start using my arrow to move to the right side, it moves faster. Can you see it? So your shift key is also important. Then your arrow key, arrow to the right, arrow to the left, and then arrow to the top, arrow to the bottom is also important when you don't want to use your mouse to start moving it. When you don't want to use your mouse to start moving it. Sometimes when you use your mouse to move, sometimes it might not be accurate, but when you use your arrow to move, it will be accurate. Okay, I understand you understand that now. So now you're selecting, your shift must be pressed down, and then let me deselect this. You can select down like that, all the way down to where you want it to be. All the way down you want it to be like this, and then hit your vertical straight line, and you notice that, and then it's not aligned. Look at this one coming out, then use your horizontal. You see it is aligned now. The same thing will happen to this other side. So that is how you do your editing. Okay, that's how you do your editing. And those ones that you don't have space, you don't have. Now, if you look at it, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This on this side is 7. Yeah, because you have more space here, you can actually duplicate and add to make it 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just duplicate and add. But once you get to this point, you notice that this is not up to 7. You see it? is the line, the spaces are more, so to some extent, from here downward can take 7. But from here upward can take 7 because of the spacing. Do you understand that? So the next thing we did was we did the script and wording together. Script and wording together. Let me minimize. When you want to convert script. Now let's say a girl this time. A girl. Now change the color. Like me, I always like changing my colors. Then make it white. Then drag it. Now let's look for a script letter. Your text is on your right side and then on your left side. The one on the left side is for you to type, and then the one on the right side is for you to change your letters. Now, this is the script. Now let me select this and take it away from it. Let's select and take it away from the mat, take it aside. Now the script. Now this is the script. Now if you look close to the script, you can see that each of the lines are joining. You can obviously see them. When you word it together, you won't see this line again. So now if I word, is either I click on my, I right click on my mouse and look for my word. Let's see, this is word. If I click on word on this part, you'll notice that joint part is not there again. Let me undo this part. All this part is not there again. But if I want to word it again, I'll go to is either I click on my right, click on my right click, or I go to my right side and look for this sign. This sign is panel. Open the modify panel. Inside, you will see your word tools there. Now, this is your word tools. Aside, you right clicking it, and then it comes up, and then you see your word tools. Also, you can also see your offset if you want to do an offset. Right now, let's word it. Now, the last time I told you about this, I did not introduce you to offset. Now, this, when you right click, after wording, you see your offset. This is the offset. Then offset is also here. Offset is on the right side, which is the star, the multiple star that you see here. Once I click it, is my offset. Now, how do I get my offset? Now, let me change the color of the mat to white. Now that I've worded it, I need to group it, okay? Group it before I go to the offset, right? I've grouped it. Now it's grouped already. Then don't forget, duplicate for your level, duplicate, make one a black color and the other a white color. So now let's take this out. We'll need it later. Now for the offset, you click on this, click on it, and go to your offset, right? This is the offset, or you right click, just below your wording, you see your offset. Now, offset is another line above it that you create, that comes out when you click on offset. Now, if I apply, I have a different. That's why sometimes you see some of those work like this. Let me see if I can open one for you to see. Where's my document? Silhouette files. Yes, my silhouette files. Now, offset is something like this. Like this. Not, let me open this. Offset is something like this. Yes, you can see it. This is actually what I have. This is not. This is a vinyl, and the offset is just the rhinestone. Or another one. Let me show you another one. Let me open another one for you to see. Good. This one is an offset. Offset. I use offset for that. Let's wait for it to open. Now this is offset. This is the actual work, and then this one, the ones that are in blue color, the ones in the orange color are the offset of the particular word. Okay, so let's continue. Now let's take this offset aside. Now this is the one we are converting. Now remember, you're using this as your guide. When you select the two, let it merge together, and then select the one in front. Then go to your rhinestone. Now always remember to change your spacing, the default. Okay, but though the default is still 0.026 here, so we can now convert. Now whenever you're doing a script editing, always use your radar, because it will give you a perfect curve. But if you use your linear, you can see how the linear is not giving you that curve. When you zoom in, it's not giving you the curve. Look at it. It's always on a straight line. So once you do your radar, you can see the difference. So when you release, you can start editing. All right? You can start editing. Now, to add to it, this is my radar. I mean my offset. So I'll select. Let me select everything together, so to centralize it, so we know the difference. Good. Now the offset. Let's change the color to another color. No, not that. Let me select it properly, and then change the color. So now if that one, you can always use your single, the edge, create it, and then change color. You can see it. You don't need to edit this. Sometimes you don't need to edit it. Sometimes it's obvious that it's not well set. So you see it on it. This is it. So if you want, you can leave that there and then continue with your editing with this. You release this and arrange your stones accordingly, right? Yes, arrange your stones accordingly. Then whenever you're editing, don't forget, let me release this stone so that we can go to our just a brief to the editing. Now, once you release stones, don't forget your transformation panel, your shift, your arrow key, up, left, right. They are all important. Then you need extra stones. You can always do your Control D to duplicate, or you go to your duplicating panel. This is your duplicating panel. Open replicating panel. Open the replicating panel, which is this. You can either replicate down, or replicate up, or side, or down. Or if you want to use this to fill up the whole page, you can use that to fill up the whole page. That's how it works. So now, for instance, I want to edit this. Now, if you look at this, the spaces are much. You see it. So meaning you can duplicate and add to fill up. Arrange manually first, like this. Arrange manually first, like this. Duplicate to fill up, like that. Follow the line, the ones at the edge. Follow those ones, like that. Okay. This is here. This can be here. Duplicate again, like that, like that. Then this to follow, duplicate. So when you are done, you can now select them like this. I just select like this and go to your transformation panel again and align it. So you can see how balanced it is. So on this side, you select to your right to allow the spacing. Do you see it? Or you can also complete it with your vertical so that it will stay perfectly. Now this one can go there, select and align like this. You get it? So this is how you do your editing to make it nice and neat. So if you keep doing this every time, you master it. It will be an easy thing for you to do when you keep doing things like this. Okay, you can see the editing is actually coming out as I'm showing it to you like that. Vertical, horizontal. Do you see it? Duplicate another one, Control D, add it there manually. Remove this one down like that. Let them be on the same line, and then vertical and horizontal. Just like that until you finish your editing. Okay, until you finish your editing. Let's move close to this one like this, like that. Select, shift down, and then vertical like that. Actually do this one the same way. Select, vertical, and align. All through like that. It's just an easy thing to do. Select, vertical, and align. This is how it's being done to actually achieve a perfect editing like this. Let's add one to this. There are some that you don't need to add more to it. Well, once you get there, you will know, because the spaces will be too tiny. Like for instance, let's see this and this align. Now you can see this is over too tight. Let's take this off. So meaning from here to the other side will just be 3-3, not 2-2, like this. You see it? So this can still come here. So continue with this. Now you will still get up to a particular point. You still get up to a particular point that you still have to let it be like that. Because if you add, it's going to be too tight as well. It's like, for instance, this one. Let's see. This one too is going to be too tight, but we can still manage it. We can still manage that. Then this, align this like that. So we are good with that part, right? Now let me change the background so you can see the little part I have edited. You can see how neat it is. So these are still rough because I have not gone there yet to edit. So I hope you understand that. Now I think we only have 9 minutes. Between that 9 minutes, I want to show you something. Now let me just add this to it for you to see. Now you can see the offset I added to it, making it look, amazing when you cut. So meaning you're going to cut this separately and cut this separately if you are ready to cut, as in when you're done editing. Now there is another thing I need to show you before this meeting goes to an end, because we only have 8 minutes to go, and I want you to learn this, which is one thing I want you to actually work with anytime you need to do it, anytime you need to do this. Now let me duplicate this girl, duplicate the girl. Okay, I have actually broken the girl. I've broken it already. So let me type another one. Type another girl. GIRL. Okay. Now I have this. Let me change the font. Let's use the university. Now, don't forget we have all our shapes here. Now I'm going to type this shape. Okay. Now just see this. See this. Click out. Bring this. No. Bring this down like this. Meanwhile, before I bring it down, let me arrange this out. Take it out. Okay. Then bring this in. Now, Now I make sure I allow this to be like this. I mean, no, I cannot do that. I cannot do what I want to do when this thing is like this. But once it's like this, I cannot do what I want to do by dragging it from this point, dragging it to feel this. No, it's not working. Let me enlarge it. Let me enlarge it. Let's see. Now, do you see it? Because I dragged it on it like this. I have this. Do you see how it is? Now, it's glued to it. So what do we do? Right click and do what? Convert parts. Once you convert to parts, this is out. So you have this like this. Do you get it? Let's go back. Let's go back so that I will repeat it again for you to understand it. Okay. Now, if I click this and I drag it, it will not form that what I actually wanted to make to follow the curve I actually wanted. So what do? I double click it for me to arrive at the state of just typing. Now I drag this down to meet the curve to give me this. Do you see it? Now once I release it, I click out, you have this here like this. So now how do you break it out? How do you break this away from it? By right clicking and converting to parts. Once you undo again, click on this, then convert to parts. This is out. Do you see it? I hope you learned something today. So we have 4 minutes. Now we can now use the 4 minutes to answer your questions. If you have any question to ask me, you can always ask me. So, and for those ones that are not online for now to see this, I know you will have a lot of questions. You have opportunity to reach me anytime you need to reach me. You can either send me a message on my WhatsApp messenger, or probably I will send you my WhatsApp line if you need to reach out to me via my WhatsApp line. I will send you my WhatsApp line when I am sending this particular video to you on your email. Okay. So if you have, those of you that are here now, if you have questions, you can ask me. But don't forget, I still do one-on-one training. Now, if you are ready and you're okay to learn with portrait, you can always reach out to me. But at this moment, you must perfect this first before portrait, because portrait is a little bit technical. So the same way you edit here is the same way you can edit on portrait there. But then there are other things you need to know about portrait. Okay. Now, aside the portrait, your logo design, logo editing is also like this, like the one we did last time before this. Now, you can also go through designing of logos with this same procedure. Okay. I know I have taught you that as well, but the same. Once you keep doing it, you keep understanding. Just as the Bible has said, you will have more understanding than your teachers. Yes, fine. When you keep doing it, you keep learning. You keep adding something that I did not teach you to yourself. Okay, you keep discovering a new technique that I did not teach you. So that's why the Bible said you will have more understanding than your teachers. How do you how do you get to that point? How you get to that point is when you keep doing what you have been taught, doing it every day, every time to improve yourself. Then you will have more understanding. There are some things you will now discover that I don't know. So that is how it works. So If you have questions and you don't have the question, you cannot remember the question you want to ask me now, you can always send it to me on my messenger, my Facebook messenger, or to my WhatsApp line when I send you this particular video to you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, no, it's just to keep practicing. That's
Yes,
what I need for me,
yes,
just to
that's
keep
what you need.
practicing. Mm.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah,
you
I
so
want
much,
to
teacher.
ask you, which flock do you use?
Which what?
Which flock, rhinestone flock?
Oh, I use a sticky flock. I use a sticky flock.
Which type?
You know, there are so many. There are some that are made in China. There are some I don't know.
No, I mean, yeah, the one you can buy in Nigeria. Which one?
I don't
Because I've
I don't actually buy in Nigeria. I don't actually do the one I buy in Nigeria doesn't work with me. So
oh,
I have somebody I send money to that will buy for me.
okay.
Yeah, that will buy for me. So at the moment, I don't have any in stock now. I only have one pieces right now. So, but I'm making plans for the person to send the one I have requested for to send to me.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you can't get good flock from Nigeria.
No, 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 no. The people that used to bring it before, they don't bring the actual A3 size again. They bring the A4 size, and I don't like using that A4 size. I don't like using it because of some designs that are bigger than A4.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I prefer using the A3.
Because I normally use the cricut how is it called? Mm,
You know,
what's the
Cricut can also cut any sticky flock that you have. Just
I
the same
know you can cut. I use their